Welcome to Tennis Intention. Today we're going to talk about the semifinal of Djokovic. Because Djokovic, he make every time the same. He made it. He has 24 Grand Slam, and maybe this one is going to be the 25. Maybe no. For sure. Do you think that Djokovic do something different? Do you think that Djokovic make the difference because he has a different approach of the other one? Maybe. Maybe he's more, he pay attention more to the action than the consequence. Why? Why I say that? Because in our life, we always make an action and then we think in the consequence, right? Normally it goes like this. So we are more close to the life when we live, that we make an action and then the consequence comes to us, right? But in the tennis happens something different. In the tennis, we think in the consequence and then we try to make an action and that action never happened. At least the full action never happened. Why? Because you are playing by the result. You pay attention of the result, not on the game. When you pay attention on the game, the result is part of the game, not the main thing. Not what you are playing. You are not playing by the result, you are playing because you are a player. And then the result came to you. It means that to make an action, we need to pay attention to the game, not to the result. Because when you pay attention to the game, your action is going to be more and more, and the result is going to come. But that is just possible when you pay attention to the game. So you have two choices. You can pay attention to the game or to the result. What everyone's do, pay attention to the result. Why no one's do, pay attention to the game. Because if you are losing 5-0 and you put attention on the game, maybe this 5-0 change to 6-5. Maybe. Or at least if you are in the right way to change that. But you are not playing by the result. You are playing the game. And the problem is that when you have 5-0, you leave the game. Why? Because you are looking the result. You are playing by the result. You just make an action if you got the result. If you don't got the result, you don't make any action. Bro, do this test. Someone says, if you make the point, you got the point. So if you make the action, you got the point. And do the opposite. If you make the action, you didn't get the point. The first one is going to play by the result. The second one is going to play by the game. But most of the people wants to play by the result to get something. Because in our life, we always do things to make something, to get something. Just like that. If this thing, they say, someone says, you're not gonna get it, this action, you don't make it. Just like that. You just have to pay attention to the game. You are a player, huh? So pay attention to the game and not to the result. And then Maybe something different you are going to achieve, like Novak Djokovic. That maybe he's doing something different. And he make the difference, actually. Because when you play and when you pay attention to the game, you're more spontaneous. You are more close up to you. The movement are completely. And when you play the result, that never happened. And when you're losing 5-0, what happened? Because you are playing by the result, you lose the game. No, you leave the game. How many times do you leave the game when you're losing? All the time. Why? What is that? Because you just play by the result. Because the result is not there, so you don't play. That's it. It's simple like that. But when you try to do something different, that when you are losing, and then you leave the attention on the result and leave and put attention on the game, maybe you keep playing more, and maybe something change. And maybe you change. Because imagine that you learn that you have to make action without the result. Imagine that situation. You are going to be action and action and action because you don't care about the result. And this is the simple way to do it. We do the opposite. That is the difficult way. Make action by the result. You have to make the game. This is your goal. This is your authority. This is your mindset. Make the game. So pay attention to the game. And then the result is going to come. Not because you are playing by the result, because you are playing the game. So play the game. That's it. And leave the result. And you will see that everything changes. And you change. That's what we're looking for. To be another player. To be another person. That happens when you change your way to play. When you change your attention to the game, not to the result. Like Novak Djokovic. I hope you like this video, and we'll see you soon. Remember, it's important to stay, not to leave. Let's play and leave the result. Bye.